Okay, folks, welcome back to City Skyline. We are working on Sunset Falls, and we've actually just built out this nice new neighborhood across this mountain ridge from our home district. Now, we can see there's actually a few things going on in our original area that I think we need to address before we keep building in our new space. The first of which is this whole garbage situation. So, I apparently neglected to put in, it looks like, any sort of garbage control whatsoever. So, we're going to go ahead and do that right now. We're going to put in a few recycling centers right along this road here over in our industrial space. And then we're actually also going to put in, I think, some garbage potentially over here if we run into it. Let's actually wait a little bit and see if this area ends up using the garbage that we put over here. So let's get those garbage trucks out on the roads here, or recycling trucks rather, our biofuel garbage trucks. And we'll see if that helps with our garbage issue. And we actually should have seen over here our garbage processing status prior to now was in the red. The other thing we're seeing from a healthcare perspective is the need for some crematoriums. So we actually have better crematorium installed right now. I guess regular crematoriums have not been... okay, we don't actually have them yet. So let's keep with that. We are only going to we are only going to place rather an actual... I think this is just a graveyard, right? A cemetery? Yeah, so we will place our actual cemetery asset. And let's actually put that potentially at this corner right here. So we'll see. Hopefully, actually, I don't want to put that right there. I've already decided that was a terrible idea. What about, will it fit in any of these spaces? What about right there instead? Okay. And then when we do that, everyone's upset, huh? I don't know if you'd actually be upset in real life. I could be mistaken. But I feel like that's actually kind of a nice, quiet thing to have in the area. So we'll see if that helps with this kind of death issue going on over here. So, okay. So between our garbage handling and our death handling, hopefully we are in a better spot. Let's check out our healthcare really quickly. Okay, our healthcare availability is actually good. Childcare, not so great. And elder care is also not as great. So that's definitely something we should be thinking about in the near future. Okay, a few other things I want to touch on before we actually start building out. And today we're going to kind of handle this space. We have a huge amount of residential demand and we need to meet that demand. One thing I want to do ahead of time is rename the space. I don't like the name Ivy Grounds. We've acknowledged that this is going to be a very long, narrow strip of park. So I'd like to call this the Greenway. I think that's a name that's a little bit more appropriate for what's actually going to happen. And it looks like we have a sufficient amount of entertainment and we're just waiting for more visitors until we can successfully level up this park. Please come visit our park. It's awesome. Are any of you going in? Hey, there we go. Okay, we got 2 more visitors. That's got to count for something, right? Okay, cool. So this area, a few things here. One thing is I neglected to think about how this road network, this highway network, might integrate with this space here. So I do think that's something we should think about, and we should potentially create an opportunity for this space to actually come in and maybe connect up with this road and make this a larger thoroughfare here. So let's think about how that might work. If we go over here and we see what this road is, it looks like this is a 3-lane, 2-way, right? 2-way, 3-lane. Does that sound about right? So if we pick something like, what's that? It's kind of essentially, nope, that's a 4-lane road. Over here, there we go. We'd expect this to look pretty similar, right? Yep, looks like just about the same thing. Cool. Okay, so we want to continue this avenue, I think, over this river. Let's see what that might look like if we were to do that. Actually, let's go ahead and delete some of this over here, because we know that we're going to have to break up some of what's going on here. All right, so let's see how we can start to bring our roadway over. How high up should we get over the water? Let's see here. What would this look like? That looks pretty solid to me, personally. And we would go back down here. Nice. Okay, what does that look like here? It looks a little bit low to me still, to be honest, I think. So that was only 9 meters up, right? Let's try going up a little bit higher. Actually, let's start just by building our bridge entirely. Let's say, what, maybe 30 meters. What does that look like if we were to build 30 meters up here? And do this. Can we get down in time? That's the real question. Can we get down to our roundabout here? We absolutely can. So that's good to know. And what we really want to do is potentially come down here and then also see if we can curve just a little bit to get that 90-degree connection here. Can we do that? We want that to be right about there. Okay, so that's a little awkward looking. Let's connect it over on this side too and see how this looks. If we just go down there. And that doesn't look too bad. It's just like these weird connections here. Let's see if this is a little bit better if we maybe just slope this gently. See if that's going to help. I want to slope them. I don't think that literally anything changed. But now this looks kind of too high, doesn't it? All right. Let's split the difference. We went from, I think it was 20 up to, or sorry, rather 10 up to 30. So let's see, what if we were to go from here, go up to 15. Let's pull back actually. 15, go out like this. Just do across 15. Okay. And right down there. Like this. Connect this back right there. Okay. Then just want to curve this. Clean that. A nice snap here. 80. Nope, just gonna give us a hard time. All right. Turn on off all of our road guidelines here. We're still gonna get. Can't quite get this to work. Okay. Well, we'll connect it here and then mess around with our node a little bit. All right. I think we're getting a lot closer. There we go. Okay, I think that looks a little bit better to me. And then we may want to actually move this street back a little bit here. Let's see how this looks. Let's go back down just to our simple. There we go. And then connect this up at. There we go. Okay, cool. And then we can do some really interesting stuff because we could potentially run road right underneath here. Let's see how that space is already occupied, huh? I don't think that it actually is. Oh my gosh, look at that. That space is not occupied. Ooh, okay. Well, here, let's fix that really quickly. I don't think we want that big post in the middle of the street. Boom. Actually, let's move it back. I think we want it right here. Let's sync that just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we have more space there. All right. Oh, there we go. We already have one delightful traveler. He's going to the medical clinic. I have no idea why he feels that this is the fastest way to do that, but more power to him. So here's the real question. Do we really want traffic going into this circle, or do we actually want to pull this bridge traffic directly down here? And if we do that, do we still want the bridge to be at this angle? I actually don't mind this angle. I think let's change a few things here. I think what we want to do, and I know this is going to upset a few people, mainly in these houses that we're about to destroy, but let's upgrade that road, and then let's use this, make this a 4-lane road. We're actually going to move this so that it actually works here. And then we're going to turn anarchy off so we don't mess anything else up. Pull that back, move this back to where it belonged, boom, and then we'll connect this pathway back up. And I think what's going to be nice about that, I think it's the tree one, right? Yeah, okay. What's going to be nice about that, and why is that? I don't even really know why this part is on this very busy thoroughfare. So actually, let's not do that. Let's move that to here, and then let's have this curve over here. I don't know why I picked out regular roads. Okay. We need you to curve just like that. And then straight up. There we go. Okay. One thing we will do is keep that up, but also turn our snapping back on. Okay. I don't love that. 1 second. All right, let's do this one more time. Curve. There we go. Okay, much better. All right, so I think what we want to do is figure out a way that we can get our 6-lane roads to connect up here. So if I bring this down here, what would this look like if we actually got rid of all this? Got rid of all this. And just kind of kept this going here. And then we built up to 15, right? That was, I think, yeah. All right, let's go sideways. All right. Then, now that we're over, can we curve back down here? What would this look like? And then actually, let's do this a little bit more and say, I want to curve just like that. I actually really like that a lot more. And then, do we even need an intersection here? Do we want to provide that as an option? What if we did something like this? That's absolutely not the road that we want to use, though. How might we instead use essentially like a highway on-ramp? Something right here. Actually, let's back up a little bit. Create something here, and then have it essentially branch off from there. All right. So maybe this is a terrible idea. Let's see how this goes. We do want to do a little bit of lane management here. Let's say the only way to get there is by going through there, and you have to go straight through the way we intend you to do. And then over here, we do want to do a little bit of lane management right here. You turning this way, have to go that way, to go that way, to go that way. I don't think I even need to put that there. I think that'll just work. So let's see. All right, turn time back on briefly. Okay. So maybe this is a terrible idea. I guess we'll find out, right? Hopefully it's not an absolutely terrible idea. But we'll see kind of how that affects some of our traffic. And what does our junction look like here? No stop signs. We'll just let that be more of a yield situation there. What does this look like right now? Nope, cool. They're allowed to go straight over. Interesting that these garbage trucks think this is the right way to go. Where are they going? Going up here, all the way. Oh my gosh. To a garbage processing plant all the way up here. They're going to the garbage that's all... That can't be. That can't be the fastest way to do that, guys. You're telling me that the recycling center right over here doesn't count? You're not able to move through here? Like, we are seeing some traffic going through here, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. That is confusing. One thing we may want to do, though, is accept that this is going to be a primary road and mark it as such. Okay, so let's go back here. So what were we doing here prior to... yeah, and this should be a primary road as well. Okay, it is considered a primary road. What we're doing here prior to making our bridge. I actually think we want to make one more bridge. I think we want to make a bridge over here off of Stephanie Smithson Street. So let's actually pull this back a little bit, and then we're going to start on our suburbs here. But this can actually be a smaller bridge. Let's make this just this two-lane standard bridge here. We're going to go straight out here, and then climb up to the same 15-meter height here. And what we want to do here is deliberately go right over this bridge. Actually, here. We're going to force the bridge, right? And then I'd love to find a way that we could actually remove the pillars. I'm pretty sure that's an option on one of these. I don't remember. Oh, here we go. Pillars. No pillars. This is going to be a bridge that has 0 pillars. Oh, it's still going to collide. Okay. So we actually need to get a little bit higher than that. And really, there's only one section of the bridge that I want to not have pillars. But we'll leave this as default for now. Let's actually back that out. And then let's back up a little bit here. What we'll do instead is go up to 20 and make it over at 20. We can. Let's do this. So we make it over here. And then now, just this section, no pillars. It's interesting that it will not stay. Even with straight slope, it's not high enough. Okay. So 21 is going to work either. Let's try this again. Going all the way up to 30. There we go. All right, just going to go over on pillars. Okay, cool. Now we got it. So no pillars for this space. And then let's put our pillars back on. And continue across with pillars. Be like right there. Cool. And then at this point, we can now move down. Okay, it's too steep. Exactly what I expected. Okay. So we have another way to this area. And again, I have no idea what we want to do with this area. I think we just want to get the bridge infrastructure in here now so that we can put that in later. All right, we want to come over down here, connect out here. Okay, and then let's maybe, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's potentially put kind of a winding path in here to connect up to this space here. Actually, actually probably want to do something a little shorter here. That looks gross, so let's not do that. Take that back here. All right, let's instead maybe come out here, curve up here. How can we get that? There we go, 90 degrees. That's exactly what we want. Change this back to straight. Boom, beautiful. Okay, so now here's the part that we've been kind of trying to wait for a little bit here. One, I think we do want to connect this road up to our, oh, that's not what we wanted to do. Let's take instead our curving tool. We don't need that right away. And we do want to connect this road up to our roundabout here. I think we want to curve this just a little bit, make it a little bit friendlier. Actually here, let's move this out. There we go. Okay. So we have this set up on our roundabout. One thing, let's set up our roundabout the right way. It's not recognized as a roundabout. Interesting. Why is that? Blake Street. Poor Blake Street. There we go. Okay, that was weird. Whatever. So now it's set up as a roundabout. Okay, so what we want to do is add a little bit of kind of just suburban wonky roads through here. I'm going to pull up a quick example that I found in real life because honestly, I'm not a city planner. That's not my profession and not my area of expertise. So what I would like to do is defer to city planners who do have a much better understanding of what's going on. So I'm just picking a random kind of Midwestern city here. I've chosen Ann Arbor in this example, and I'm looking at kind of what some of their downtown space looks like to get a sense of some road layouts that might make sense for us. So again, I'm not kind of, stealing any of their deliberate road layouts. I'm just kind of trying to look through some of the things that they do to figure out what might make sense for us and our streets, right? So I'm going to pull this one straight through, kind of ish, right? A little bit straight. And then we're just going to start getting a little bit curvy. Let's curve this around here. Let's maybe split this up right here. We'll actually kind of curve, I think, twice through here. Oh, nope, that's a little bit too far over. We'll kind of curve a street through here. All right. Curve there, curve here. Try to get that 89-degree angle right there. And then maybe I'm going to curve something around right through here. Make a funky little curve there. And we could have something that just doesn't fully connect up. I know this is like, again, one of those roads. It's technically a cul-de-sac, might drive certain people insane, but it also is pretty consistent with how certain roads work in neighborhoods like this, right? So let's bring this along, maybe connect, keep going all the way down here, connect down right on this road. There we go. And let's bring this, what is it? Oh, never mind, this is for the school. So let's actually not do that. And then let's not honestly connect up any of this, leave that alone. And then maybe we want to pull a road, kind of come right through here, and then along there. Okay, and then maybe we can put in a little bit of greenery or something along here. All right, so we filled in the space. And let's start filling in some of our houses, right? I think we're going to want to put housing here. And I would like to fill in like little retail spaces because, this is like a personal preference thing. I know that in most typical suburbia, you're not going to have corner shops or anything. It's all really, at least in American suburbia, designed to be accessed via car, right? So you're not really going to get that same sense. Actually, let's pull that out. But I think in this city, at least the city that we're planning on building, I think it's really nice to have a little corner store to be able to like get a 6-pack, or if you run out of something. My wife and I were cooking this weekend, and we ran out of pasta. That was the only thing that we needed, and we had to drive 5 or 10 minutes to the grocery store as opposed to just stopping at a corner bodega or something to be able to get some pasta. So I think that would be a really nice convenience for a lot of people in this area. So we're trying to reserve a little bit of space, especially on the heavier use roadways. I don't know. We pull up our traffic view right here. You're not really, oh, whoops, that's public transportation. I know different views here. Okay, so what you're seeing is really great traffic flow here. This is really the only road that's getting a lot of traffic on it at this point. And thankfully that's almost all commercial there. So we could potentially have picked maybe one street where we wanted to bring the commercial up, but honestly, I don't think that's a huge issue yet. Right now, our much bigger issue is providing enough housing for the rest of our community. And let's be mindful too of the services we might want to include in here. If we think about high schools or elementary schools rather, it looks like we could use one over here. Can we potentially sneak one right there? Beautiful. About high schools. Wait, what was that? There's a public library. Oh, well, honestly, I like having the public library there, so I'm very okay with that. But let's potentially throw in a school over here as well, kind of on this off street right here. We'll throw in maybe a high school as well, right next to it, right? And then the other thing that we'd want to do is put in some trees, right? So I have this fall foliage brush that I've used in a lot of other places. I really like it personally, but I also really want to start using some more colors in here as well. And potentially at this point, actually make a new brush with apple, cherry, and fall foliage. I'm actually less concerned about the brushes right now and more concerned about being able to actually use the prop line tool. So give me just a second while I remember what the actual keyboard shortcut is for the prop line tool. Okay, so it turns out that all you need for the prop line tool is actually to literally just pull up the menu and you'll be able to immediately find it. You're going to sort for some large trees. Maybe pick something like these giant redwoods and see how big these look here. Oh, that's pretty cool. We're going to use just kind of a nice long line of them right behind these schools to kind of make that a little bit of a safer place. And actually here, let's kind of continue. I like that concept. So let's actually continue that right along our highway here, just to provide, it's not really a highway, right, but to just provide a little bit of distinction here in the space. So let's see, can we also add maybe a few playground props in here? What do we have? Okay, nice. We have our small playground, which I believe needs to be fit against a road. Wow, we can technically put it against that road, but I don't really want to do that. What if we just go full anarchy and place it right there? And then we can move it around a little bit, because I like the idea of, obviously, our kids having a little playground. Boom, beautiful. Okay, cool. Works beautifully. All right. And actually here, let's go place a few of those other props. Maybe some of these seesaws. Throw a few of these back here as well. We don't need them in lines. Oh, those are actually so tiny, you'd never be able to see them. All right, well, we'll just leave it there as a reminder of our futile attempt at including some trees in there. Well, here, let's actually put maybe some medium-sized trees. As you get a little bit closer here, we have this low poly tree cluster. What does that look like if we put it? Actually, here, let's do a curve. Do something like that. Awesome. Okay, cool. I think that fills in nicely. It's using low poly, so it's not going to drag the game down too much. The trees look great, and they're kind of a little bit sparing, so I think that's okay there. Okay. Oh my gosh, it looks like we have no water. Okay, well, let's fix that. Go up this street here, along, over, down, around. Let's keep going kind of around our roundabout here. Oh, that's hideous, but you know what? Not the end of our world. Full roundabout there. Go up this street and over. All right, closing the loop there. Down here, and there. We may actually have to do one more over and make sure that the school gets water. And let's come, I think, probably along here. Oops. There we go. Connect up there. Beautiful. And then let's run water, I think, kind of out to this bridge here. Go up along our loop there. Okay. Cool. So that should fix our main water issue. Hopefully we're going to see everyone miraculously get water right away. Beautiful. Okay. We still have some housing demand, so that's a good sign, right? And it looks like these residents are starting to enjoy this. They need more education. Good news is we have education, and we are starting to increase our citizen count. What's the next one? 4,200 residents. Okay, we will get there. Let's chunk that down a little bit and keep adding some housing. Okay, actually, let's go ahead and mark out spaces that we're saving for retail right now. I'm actually going to be really intentional about where we select for retail right there. Let's actually just do that very deliberately. We'll put a nice big house there. Same deal over here. Let's actually save maybe one 4x4 for retail, one 2x2 on each side. And then we can put a little 3x2 house right here. And we're going to go back and just paint a little bit more there. We can kind of go all up along here too. There we go. Cool. So one thing I have been doing is saving the space a little bit. I wanted to see if we could potentially fit in any of the fishing industry things over here. I know that we have this very generic fishing harbor, and I wanted to contemplate potentially putting a fishing harbor kind of in this space along the shore here. But it looks like, to be honest with you, you need to catch a ton of fish for any of these things to be useful. What other options do we have? Fish factory and fish market. Okay. This is neat. I wonder where we could potentially fit one of these. Let's, could we fit one in this space at all? Not quite going to fit in any of these spaces, which is a shame because I would really like to have done that. We can't fit it up here at all, huh? This graveyard is in just a very inconvenient place. We can't move it because we can't empty it. Interesting. Okay. What if we instead broke up our housing structure a little bit? What if we wanted to put a fish market? No, I think we're working too hard at this. We can put it somewhere along here. All right, so let's quickly delete that and try to fit in a fish market. Can we put in, it says space already occupied. What is it occupied by? I don't even know what it's running into. Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't really like that layout though. What about right inside here? Oh, perfect. Okay, let's do that. I love it. All right, and then let's just connect this back up here and kind of go out 90 and curve around. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so we have our fish market there. Let's think about actually putting down our fishing space. And let's, if we can fit it right under this bridge, I really kind of like that idea. Ooh, maybe like right at the corner here. Put maybe a fishing harbor on this side and then actually a second one on this side. And we'll see if we can connect these two up. Kind of get some fishing going on here. All right. What are you upset about? Oh, it's the same deal. I thought we fixed that. Guess we didn't. All right, let's move this back. Sink it just a little bit. It's not going to collide there. We may have to get a little bit creative with our anarchy, but I'd like to connect these two roads up here. So crunch that back down there. Beautiful. Actually connected way easier than I expected it to. All right, and then we want to kind of bring this back around. Connect this up here. Let's actually cut that just a little bit. And then we can bring this back around here. Oh, back on the path. Okay. That is super wonky. What's going on here? Let's lower this just a little bit. Kind of keep it right over the water. I don't think anyone would realistically build that, you know, in real life. But for the purposes of this game, I actually think it looks kind of neat doing that. So, okay. And then we're going to want to bring this back in. Let's kind of just keep it coming right along here. Kind of tuck in here. And then can we actually just do a very sharp turn there? Beautiful. Okay. And then does it make sense? I don't really know what we want to do with this space. Let's just kind of hold on to this for now. Actually, let's stretch this out here and connect this up here. There we go. Gives us a little more freedom. All right. So I think now the next thing we have to do here is connect up some fishing routes, right? Okay. So you, I think, let's get the curves on. We'll go out here. You can go relatively close to shore. All right. Kind of keep going just all around this little island here. Curve around here. Let's get maybe a little bit closer. Kind of catch. I don't know. What is the pink again? Salmon? Okay, cool. We want to get as much salmon as we can. Actually, here. Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll kind of curve back out up around here. Connect back in. Okay, beautiful. And then you do the same thing, but for this island over here. So let's kind of start curving around here. Just kind of keep curving right through this little river outlet here. Curve around. Beautiful. And then come around here. Connect back up. Okay, cool. So let's start to see how those get used. I haven't really dabbled too much with the fishing industry in this game, so we'll kind of see how this works. But they both have hopefully fully set up fishing capability. What they don't have is any power. So let's actually provide a little bit of services here. So the first thing we're going to do, I think, is extend Elm Heights. So right now it's obviously a little bit small. Let's go up here, go around. I'm trying to clip to these roads to the best of my ability, but I think they're just not having it. So let's go up and around. Actually, let's not do that. I don't think we want to go that far. Let's pull back just a little bit and we'll go right along here. And then this district will specifically end kind of at this larger thoroughfare right here. Come on. There we go. Okay, cool. So then let's take this and just kind of fill in our gaps. Beautiful. Okay, so this is all Elm Heights. That's great. Again, still not, you know, in love with the name, but we can always change it if we need to. Let's go up, get some water along here. Down there. Beautiful. And, ooh, there's just a whole space that doesn't have any water. Let's go up there. Okay. Secondly, we have to think about getting some power over there. And I was looking through here, maybe we could make just a specialized industry space. Do we have any industries that would kind of just support what we're working on? I don't really think we do. We have some commercial industries, maybe organic and local produce. I kind of like that idea. So maybe just make a small, very small kind of industry space right here. And I think we can actually just do this. Oh, whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. Cut this off right here. And we can make a second little kind of fishmonger pier space right here. And I think that's where we'll put our nice new farmer's market. We'll just call this fishmonger. Oops, I should know how to spell fishmonger. That's not helping. It's also not really a pier, so, you know, we're kind of 0 for 3 on the actual name. If you have a better name, please tell me and we will change it. Okay, so our specialization right here. Add that little commercial specialization, and then let's throw in some commercial options, I think right along here to get our power out and over. Let's see if that works. Actually, here I'm going to go in and deliberately not zone any of that. So we'll see if that helps kind of get power over there. If we have to, we can always run a power line, but I'm hoping that we can avoid that. We may, however, have to run power lines between the two of these things. You're killing me. Nope. There we go. That up. That up. All right. Just for now. So we definitely need to get those power. Okay. Are you going to be serious right now? All right. Let me just move this. Nope, cannot do that. Let's do that. Yeah, just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So there's now power. I can actually watch these boats go out and catch fish. Oh, wow. I don't know. Here, let's increase the speed here. I don't know if we actually need to have made this whole route, because if we look at like one of these guys, they're already almost done. So they definitely don't need the whole route here, but you know, that's okay. They're going to see the sights too. Hey folks, this video ended up running a little bit long, so we're going to have a part 2 coming out very shortly. If you enjoyed part 1 so far, be sure to subscribe to the channel, toss a like at the video, and get the notification set up if you want to catch part 2 when it drops. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you soon.